Introduction. The Song of Solomon is a collection of poems that celebrate love between people. It's also called Song of Songs or Canticle. The word canticles comes from the Latin Vulgate version, where the book is titled Canticum Canticorum. The first verse of Song of Solomon chapter 1 says, Solomon wrote this book. The book was likely written during Solomon's time as king between 97 and 93 BCE. Literary characteristics of the book: the language of love, imaginary, and metaphor. The language of love often involves using words and expressions that convey deep emotions, affection, and intimacy. Imagery and metaphor are common literary devices used to paint vivid pictures and communicate complex feelings associated with love. Imagery. Imagery involves using descriptive words and phrases to create a mental picture, allowing the reader or listener to visualize and experience the emotion being conveyed. In the context of love, imagery can include describing sensations, appearances, or experiences associated with romantic feelings. For example, his eyes sparkled like stars in the night sky. Her smile was as warm and comforting as a sunny day. Metaphor. A metaphor is a figure of speech that compares two unlike things by stating one thing is another. In the language of love, metaphors are used to draw parallels between emotion or experiences to enhance understanding and convey the intensity of love. For instance, love is a journey, and we are on these beautiful adventures together. His heart is a fortress, protecting the love he holds for her.
Imagery between man and the woman. The Song of Solomon uses imagery and words to show the love and emotion between a man and a woman. The book uses vivid and poetic language to represent their love, warmth, and closeness. A man and a woman are shown in images such as gardens, vineyards, flowers, and fruits. These natural and rich things represent their love's beauty, ability to have children, and sensuality. The imagery often emphasizes the attractiveness of each other using metaphors to describe their physical features and appeal. The Song of Solomon uses picture to show how a man and woman are really interested in each other and try to be in a romantic relationship. They use images like a gazelle, a dove, or a lily to represent their strong feelings, beauty, and goodness.
How does the book Song of Solomon portray man and woman? Women are often described as beautiful, and her eyes are symbolizing the love, peace, purity, and it was associated with the Holy Spirit. The woman is often portrayed as the object of the man's affection and desire, and she responds his love. The woman's hair is beautiful, flowing, and perhaps well grown, much like a well-tended flocks of goats, and her hair emphasizes the beauty and elegance. Her teeth are smooth and white, much like the freshly shorn sheep. Her lips are like deep, rich, and vibrant red color. The man admired for the beauty of her mouth. Her cheeks are as beautiful and appealing as the juicy red seeds of pomegranate. Her neck is finely crafted structure. Her breasts are grace and beauty. Man is portrayed as bright, glowing, and full of light. He is healthy as compared to multitude of people. The man was precious enough as her loves compared him as fine as gold. His hair was deep and dark color. His eyes are peaceful, gentle, purity and nourishment. His cheek is like a garden of fragrant flavors. His lips are not only attractive but also sweet and inviting like a fragrant and precious substance. His arms are not only strong but also attractive and valuable. His body is adorned with blue sapphires, which are precious gemstones known for their deep blue color. His legs are smooth, slender, white, and precious. His overall appearance is luxurious forest and beautiful landscape in ancient times, and he is as loyal as impressive. The sweetness of the speech may imply that the person is not only physically attractive but also possesses a charming and appealing manner of communication.
Brief survey of the history of interpretation of the book. Around the year 100 AD, Jewish interpreters were uneasy about taking the song literally. Rabbi Akiba mentioned back then that those who read the book literally won't have a part in the afterlife. In Judaism, it common to understand the text as a symbolic story of redemption, either from Adam to the Messiah or as a symbol of God and the believers. In the past, Christians interpreted it similarly, like Hippolytus, Origen, Jerome, and Bernard of Clairvaux did at different times. Also, many Protestant reformers and Puritans interpreted the song like this, but things changed in the 19th century. Nowadays, most Jews and Christian interpreters think the song is more about love and not the story. Many reasons cause this change in understanding, but two are very clear. One reason is linked to how people in the Protestant Reformation started studying the Bible in its original languages and with a historical grammatical way. The text doesn't suggest an allegorical reading. This is different from how we read the Pilgrim Progress, for example. Another reason for his change comes from modern archaeology in 1800s and 1900s. People found ancient love poetry like the song is Near East.
Does the book promote gender equality? People can see the Song of Solomon in different ways when it comes to fairness between genders. Some people believe it shows fairness and love between men and women. The character in the Song of Solomon deeply love and respect each other. We are focusing on how the Song of Songs use male and female characteristic in its description. The ancient poet used various words and comparison, like talking about the body and behavior, to describe males and females. Some words used like food words, for example, pomegranates, nectar, honey, and milk, don't have a specific gender meaning. Flower words are also not a gender specific. The Song of Solomon was written a long time ago in a very different world. The book shows how people thought about men and women back then, and it was quite different from how we think about gender equality today. In those times, they had specific ways they believed men and women should act, and these beliefs were often traditionally and ranked.
We can say that the entire book is written in poetic form, using bright and accessory imaginary to express emotions, desire, and the beauty of love. It employs metaphors, similes, and symbolic language to convey these feelings. The book is also rich in symbolism, with the love between the bride and the bridegroom, often interpreted as an allegory for the relationship between God and His people. Nature imagery, including references to plants, animals, landscape, and season, is heavily used throughout the text to symbolize the love, emotions, and experiences. The interpretations of church fathers plays a crucial role in shaping how this poetic and often allegorical book was understood within Christian theology. They were influential in establishing both literal and allegorical readings of the text. The book portrays mutual and passionate desires between the bride and the bridegroom. Both individuals express their love and desire for each other, suggesting an emotional connections characterized by equality and mutual affection.